Good afternoon, Musketeers. It's November 11th, 2016. I'm Hannah Michaels.
And I'm Daniel Bowling. This is Xavier News.
From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Donald Trump's presidential win this week has resulted in public outcry from many Americans. This is the fifth time in history that a candidate has won the popular vote and still lost the presidency. The surprising election results left some Americans in shock and fear as protesters have taken to the streets in cities and on college campuses all across the country. Protesters in Oakland, California have turned violent. Over 7,000 protesters had started 40 fires by Thursday morning. Cities like New York, Seattle, and Washington are also experiencing protests. Here in the Queen City of Cincinnati, a peaceful protest is organized for tomorrow afternoon on Fountain Square. Protest organizers say they want to stop Trump from oppressing minorities. Organizers say they are fighting for marriage equality, pro-choice values, and the protection of immigrants.
The stock market, as generally can be around Election Day, has been a roller coaster since Donald Trump's anticipated presidential victory. In fear of a global trade turmoil after Trump's unexpected win, U.S. stock futures decreased by nearly 5%, and the value of the dollar fell 8% during the course of election night. However, on Wednesday, this initial shock wore off and the value of the dollar rose by a full 1%. Additionally, the Dow finished near a record high, with both the S&P 500 and NASDAQ increasing as well. Many experts expect Trump's presidency to be one of relative uncertainty, so predicting the market's fluctuations will most likely be even more difficult than usual. Therefore, all you investors better keep your eyes glued to Smith Hall's ticker, as it could save you some serious cash.
Here in Cincinnati, jurors in the trial of UC police officer Tenzing are still unable to reach a unanimous decision. As of this afternoon, the jury of 6 men and 6 women notified Judge Megan Shanahan of the lack of a decision and have been ordered to deliberate further. 26-year-old Ray Tenzing was charged with the murder and voluntary manslaughter of Sam DuBose, who suffered a fatal shot to the head during a traffic stop in July of 2015. Controversy has arisen regarding the shirt that Tenzing wore under his uniform, which had a Confederate flag on the chest, but Tenzing denied any harmful intention with the shirt's imagery. Though unlikely, Judge Shanahan may have to declare a hung jury if the group cannot declare a verdict. While
our nation regards ISIS as mostly a foreign threat, an incident Monday reminded us all that the fight continues stateside. On Monday, 20-year-old Aaron Travis Daniels from Ohio was arrested at the Columbus airport with the intent of joining ISIS forces in Libya. Daniels admitted sending money to an ISIS recruiter after an undercover FBI agent acted as Daniels' contact. The FBI had tracked Daniels since February under an alias. Daniels is currently being held without bond on charges of knowingly attempting to provide material support to a designated terrorist organization. If convicted, Daniels could face 20 years in prison as well as a $250,000 fine.
Come support our Cincinnati and Xavier veterans today during pregame festivities. Throughout campus are festivities to enjoy, including food trucks and a basketball shootout closer to game time. Making a donation, grab some food, make a shot, and enter the raffle. All donations go to Cincinnati VA Hospital. Game starts at 7, so see you there, Muskies.
Just in time for cuffing season, Dr. Carrie Cronin led a discussion this past Tuesday entitled The Imperfect Art of Dating. The conversation very openly dealt with the difficulty many college students find in fully investing themselves in relationships and the potentially dangerous hookup culture that results. This hookup culture is something very prevalent across college campuses nationwide, as ABC News has reported that 91% of college women say that a hookup culture defines the romantic environment on their campus. The talk was both funny and thought-provoking, giving students an opportunity to gain a fuller understanding of how they can achieve true long-term happiness and stability.
It's opening night for Xavier Theater's 3rd show this season, The Diviners. The story follows the unlikely friendship of a mentally disturbed young man and disenchanted preacher. In the midst of the Great Depression, The Diviners is a dramatic tale of vulnerability, loss, and faith. The show runs tonight through the 19th. You can get your tickets by going to xavier.edu/theater.
Muskies, don't forget to stay up to date on your flu shots this season. Call in to make your appointment at McGrath Health and Wellness Center or visit their website. The shot is $28 and will be charged to your Bursar account. Call today and get the shot, not the flu.
Brace yourselves, Muskies. Final exams are right around the corner, and this time around, students lack the luxury of a study day. Xavier has removed the study day, claiming that students postpone studying on the weekend to party and use the following Monday to catch up. Its removal has received a mixed response from students. Regardless of whether or not the university will hold fast to the decision, Xavier News wishes everyone the best on approaching final exams.
And that's all from the news desk, people.
We'll be right back with Cameron Stansbury and the Xavier Sports Report.
The concession stands have been powered on. Students are piling in by the thousands. Teachers can't even get their own students' attention in class. And best of all, the Jumbotron, which has been powered off for the past 6 months, has officially been turned back on. It's basketball season, folks. Can't you just feel it? I sure can. And here at Xavier, a place where the wins continue to pile up and the expectations continue to rise, which, by the way, speaks to the remarkable coaching job of Coach Mack and his staff, who continue to raise the bar year after year. We couldn't be more excited. Hello and welcome to the Xavier Sports Report. My name is Cameron Stansbury. Thank you all for tuning in on this lovely Friday afternoon. Big game tonight. Actually, scratch that. Huge game tonight. Xavier taking on Lehigh, the official debut of the Musketeers 2016-2017 campaign, one that promises to be a highly rewarding one if all goes according to plan. But that plan starts tonight, and the Musketeers are ready to take care of business here at home. Just as Trayvon said, a national championship without a doubt. High expectations equal high rewards, and the Musketeers will look to take that mindset into tonight's matchup against the Mountain Hawks of Lehigh. Now, normally I would tell you what time the game starts and when to be looking around to find yourself seeing nothing but confetti and full beers coming straight for your face. But I won't, because you should already know that at 7 p.m., Centos will be rocking, and you will be doing yourself a massive disservice if you're not in attendance. Now, me, on the other hand, I got to work, and trust me, I already know I'm doing myself a huge disservice contemplating heading due south of the Brent Spence, but we won't get into that right now. But you, on the other hand, have a choice, and a big choice. I'm here to tell you to come to the game. I can promise you won't not regret it. Although men's basketball is on the rise, we can't forget about the great body of work the men's soccer team has displayed this past fall. Although their season may be officially over, which we will find out for sure on Monday at the NCAA Tournament Selection Show, the unique story of a player who just might be the next big thing in soccer world is not. Check this out. It's pretty good. Another fantastic fall season here at Xavier has almost passed us by. Yet the lights continue to shine brightly for the Xavier men's soccer team, who just knocked off Big East rival Creighton here at home on a game-winning goal by sophomore Cameron Taylor in double overtime. This team, after coming up just short of an NCAA tournament berth last year, returned 8 starters, but perhaps none of them have been as important to this season as junior defensive back Corey Brown.
It's really interesting if you see Corey on an everyday basis, him master some of the difficult things and some of the things he doesn't get to do in a game. It comes very easy to him. I think that's a joy to watch. But I've really enjoyed watching Corey grow up over the last 2 years. I think he's become a better leader. I think he's become a better teammate. I think he's grown up emotionally. He's a better man and a better son and probably a better human being than he was when he got here.
Brown, a native of Nelson, New Zealand, a city halfway across the world, first stepped foot on Xavier's campus 3 years ago, is arguably the most hyped recruit of the Andy Fleming era. He had moved away from his hometown as a sophomore in high school to play soccer at the prestigious Ole Academy, a prep school that hosts the top soccer talent in all of New Zealand. It was here where Brown got experience playing on the international stage for the first time with the New Zealand men's national team and quickly cemented himself as one of the top recruits in the country.
The game's a bit quicker when you're playing for the national team, so I think over here it just helps me adapt to teams that are maybe quicker than me or more athletic than me. I'm able to deal with it a bit better.
Corey is one of the few guys who, from the minute he walked in here, was in the starting lineup and put in a very prominent role and really hit the ground running and didn't even flinch his whole freshman year.
Fast forward 3 years later, and the kid with all that talent is about to become the first Big East Defensive Player of the Year in Xavier history. But it's not about the accolades for Brown. It's about his teammates. And most of all, it's about winning.
As long as the team does well, then we're all going to get recognized in one way or another, and if that means that myself or someone else gets some recognition, then that's how it is. I'm not really too worried about it.
Reporting for Xavier News, this is Cameron Stansberry.
What a story. Moving on to swimming, Xavier Jr. Alex Wolfred has been chosen to represent the Big East Conference at this year's NCAA Student Athlete Leadership Forum in Baltimore, Maryland. The event, which began yesterday and runs through Sunday, and continues to engage and bring student athletes from all over the country together in both a diverse and dynamic manner. Wolfred, now a two-time member of the All-Big East team after top 3 performances in 500 freestyle, is both a freshman and sophomore. When asked about what excites him the most about this unique opportunity, said, "I think just being able to hear from the speakers and getting their take on what it means to be a strong leader. We will see if he can bring that leadership back here to campus and lead the Aqua Muskies to yet another successful season." Well, that about wraps things up for me and for everybody here at the studio. We appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in, and most importantly, as myself, Paul Fritchner, Dan Bowling, and the select few others who do sports on a weekly basis always like to do, to end this show, let's go X.